Congratulations, you found your dream home. The only problem is that 5 other people found it too. What can you do to make sure that you get your dream home and not someone else if you get into a multiple offer situation? That's what we're talking about today. This is Monday Mornings with Mark. Hi, I'm your host, Mark J. Schmidt of RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, right here in beautiful central New Jersey. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and make sure you like us on Facebook so you don't miss out. So buying a home is an exciting time, and when you find that perfect home, the last thing you want is competition to buy it. You don't want someone else coming in and stealing your dream home away from you. So I wrote down 5 fantastic things you can do to make sure that you get your dream home and not somebody else. If you stay till the end of the video, I've got a bonus idea that is going to give you the edge like no one else has. So let's get started. Number 1, the first thing you want to do is, if you can, you want to avoid a multiple offer situation. So how can you do that? You want to make sure that you find those homes coming on the market first before anyone else. You can't wait till the end of the day to get home and start searching online and seeing if anything meets your criteria. What you can do is you can get set up on an automatic search that will send you homes the moment they hit the market. Now, one thing I offer on my website, www.MoveMeMark.com, there is a fantastic search there, and my website is updated every 5 minutes. So when you put your search criteria in, it will email you immediately as soon as a home meeting your criteria hits the market. So being first, being able to get into that house before anyone else is really going to make a huge difference in your ability to buy a home and hopefully not get into a multiple offer situation in the first place. So that's number 1, get set up on an automatic search. Number 2, when you make an offer, come in strong. This is not the time to start trying to wheel and deal, get them to take 5 to 10 to 20% off the sale price of the home. Come in strong. Let them know how serious you are about buying their home. Now, sometimes you might be concerned that, if I come in too high, what if I'm overpaying? Well, that's why you have an appraisal. Especially if you're getting a mortgage, the lender is going to require you have an appraisal. So it's really going to be virtually impossible for you to overspend on that home. Now, number 3, have a clean offer. Try not to have any contingencies in the offer that you give. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes people can have a contingency where, we need to sell our home first in order to buy our next home. That's a big contingency. Some of it could be, we need to wait for 4 months in order to finish our lease, and then we'll be able to close on your home. That's a form of a contingency. Contingencies can act as roadblocks to getting your offer accepted. So do whatever you can to not have contingencies in your offer. Give a clean contract, a clean offer. That's going to bring you far. Number 4, have a higher upfront deposit. Now, this is something I've used with a number of my clients. Here in New Jersey, we have our deposit money is split up really into 3, sometimes 2 deposits. You have an earnest money deposit, which is typically $1,000, and that's given when the contract is signed. And then you have a second deposit, which is a portion of the total down payment, which comes once attorney review is complete and you're officially under contract. The rest of the money comes at the closing. Well, what I tell my clients is, instead of just offering $1,000 for that first deposit, offer $5,000. Or if you're going to do the first and second deposit as one payment, make it huge. Make it $15,000, $20,000. Let's knock that seller's socks off and show them how serious you are. Now, here's the best part. It's kind of a false sense of security for the seller because, listen, if the deal doesn't work, you get your money back. No one keeps money automatically if a deal doesn't work in a real estate transaction anymore. So if you put a higher down payment up front, if the deal doesn't work, you get your money back. So it's a really easy way to look good, to look serious, and impress a seller. So number 5, you can write a letter from the heart. Now, you can have especially if you're already in a multiple offer situation, you know that there's going to be other offers on the table. You can write a letter to the sellers telling them how much you love their home, what it's going to mean to you to move into their home, how you'd like to raise your family there, whatever you want to do. Now, sometimes these letters, they can be questionable just because there's a question of fair housing laws and things of that nature. But if you keep your letter, kind of just like, here's why we love your home, and don't do anything that might be considered a fair housing violation. If you want, reach out to me directly. I can talk to you more about that. But that can make a big difference as well in getting your offer accepted. When you kind of put a face to it, you put that human touch. It's not just, here's a number that we'd like to offer you for your home. Do you want to accept it? It's, hey, we're real people and we have lives to live and we'd like to do it in your home. So those are the 5 ideas I have to help you in a multiple offer situation. Now, the bonus idea, this one actually is, it's going to seem so obvious, but it's such a great idea. And it's this: find out what the seller wants. It's not always a question of, just the highest price is going to win. Not every seller is that interested in a high price. Sometimes it's going to be a closing date. Sometimes it's that they want to make sure they have the ability to make the move when they want to move. So let me tell you, when my wife and I were selling our home and looking to purchase this home, we found a buyer. We actually had multiple offers on our home, and we had 5 offers. And the offer that we went with was the one that we thought was going to get us to the closing table. Sometimes deals can fall apart for various reasons, but when we looked at everything, we went with the couple that we felt were going to get us to the closing table. They were not the highest offer. There was someone else who actually had offered us more money, but we were more interested in being able to buy our next home. So that $5,000 more that the other offer had given us, we didn't want it. We wanted to make sure we could close on our next home. So find out what the seller wants. I very often will reach out to the agent on the other side of the transaction when I'm representing a buyer and ask them what's most important to your seller. Do they want to make sure they can get out in time? Do they have something pressing? Sometimes people are, sellers don't have any real deadlines they're up against. Sometimes they do. So if we can make that work for the seller, it'll definitely work in your favor. So now listen, if you have questions about multiple offer situations, you have questions about buying or selling a home, be sure to visit my website. Lots of great resources there, and you can find all of my videos as well. You can find me at www.MoveMeMark.com. Thanks for watching. If you missed last week's episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next week for more Monday Mornings with Mark. You have a great week.